Dear Magic the Gathering, I'm returning your stupid goblin card. He's weak. Can't you make him less of a weenie? Signed, Jason Black.
Giant growth.
Welcome one and all to Propaganda. We are playing Slivers. It's been like 2 years, and I looked back in time, and the last 2 times we played this, we went 5-0. One of them was in a tournament back when we used to play these live for that thing. So I made a few modifications here, mostly lands, trying to get to that sweet spot. I played in the Pauper Classic Tuesday event and got so frustrated. I kept getting like 1 land, 2 land, and then stuck at 2, and despite having 20, I went all the way up to 23 to just kind of like, you know, quash the wound, and then I went back down to 21 in my good senses just because my son was like, that's crazy, Dad. Your curve is like stops at 2.5, other than like Lead the Stampede. So anyway, thanks for being here nice and early. Dreamer, Stinger, Mind Stab, Throw. Chimpskey's out for the day doing movie stuff. So we got 21 lands. We got 4 forests, 3 holdout settlements, a whole lot of plains. I think I have 8 plains, 2 landscapes, and 4 thriving heaths. Between this and this, we can generate the 1 blue card that is kind of our little kill shot here. Just nice because if we shuffle it away with Winding Way, maybe choosing lands or something that's in the graveyard, we can always recommission it. We've got 3 recommission, 2 bodyguard, 4 plated slivers, 4 slidewinders, and 4 metallic. I love Metallic Sliver. A lot of times people put poison in this spot. I think it's beautiful, leaning a little bit more on white, as you can see our curve, as well as we want this early and often because it can also trigger this in the case of a dead draw. The poison, pretty nice, but I just don't miss it at all. We've got a whole lot of lords and Predatory Sliver, Muscle Sliver, and Sinew Sliver. We've got the 1 Winged Sliver that gives every sliver flying. 2 Masked Vandals act as, you know, a lot of stuff's going to be dying because nobody, if they have removal, they're going to use it early and often on slivers, which is why we're doing this and this. But when things die, we can also eat stuff up to get rid of things like Journey to Nowhere or the occasional land, etc. 3 Recommission, love it to be 4, but you don't really want to see it in your opening hand. We've got 3 Lead the Stampede, which I feel is just right, and 4 Winding Way. In the Pauper Classic tournament, I was stuck at 2, and I would pay my dues, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay 2 and just look for a land so I can really, you know, catapult. And I would throw a bunch of lords in the graveyard, and there was no lands and stuff, and it was just one of those days where the deck just didn't want to work good. So I wanted to try it out again here. We've got 4 Lone Missionaries. So the sideboard being that we're kind of leaning on finding stuff that we draw into creatures, I wanted to make it creature centric or flashback centric. So we've got 4 Lone Missionaries for obvious reasons, 2 Standard Bearers. These could maybe go depending, because we also have 3 Prismatic Strands, which help against the things these help against. But you know, we might throw these in the graveyard via Winding Way, and we still have access to them because we've got a whole lot of white creatures. We've got 4 Faerie Macabre. Again, if we need to find creatures with this, that's why we're running this over the other. If you have like Tormod's Crypt or something like that, Nihil Spellbomb, it's going to go right to the yard. Bladeback Slivers, good against those fog matchups. You can just start pinging them all the time, as long as you're hellbent. And 1 more Vandal. So, yeah, I think so too, Dreamer Stingo. I wouldn't go so far as calling it a trap, but yeah, the automaton's interesting. I even thought about going a little bit like using the changelings of the automaton. There's a lot of those shapeshifters that you can put in the one spot, but it's getting pretty lean and mean, and I've always liked slivers. It's a deck that's always done well with me. So without further ado, I hope this all works. And my finger is still swollen. If it's this way next by Monday, I can make a fist barely, But remember, I sprained it, and I got an X-ray. It's not broken, but it's very slow to heal. So, and by Monday, I'm going to actually go make an appointment for a hand doctor if things don't go. Love 3-land hands here. I will keep this. I'm really hesitant about leading off with. We're going to keep it. Leading off with a Lord because there's just so much removal in the format. Cross these out. Got them already. Saw the top of the show. It's going with a little bit of a peaceful foresty action there. Sometimes I like that little reprieve. Let's bring this boy out. We'll just call green as always with this, and sometimes blue. So we've got the one sliver that we need, but we're far ways from making that work out. Could have called blue, confused our opponent, etc. Really want a 1-drop here. I don't really want to put out a Lord, but we will because we're up against something that's green. So I'm going to put out the Lord I care least about and the artwork. We'll put out Predatory Sliver, get the game rolling. Sheltering Landscape, pretty cool. Had 4, then 3, then 2. Whole lot of, what's that? Oh, Wild Growth. Oh no. All right. Let's see. Dealer's Choice. Let's go with the Jester's Cap. Yeah, there we go. Woo! There we are. Thank you for that. Mtmentat. Rain. Haran. That's right. All right, here we go. We've got a Eldrazi spawn to get in the way of our stuff. Slime Against Humanity deck. This could be a problem. Let's do here. Let's bring out... We're going to be a little shy on green, but I'm going to pop this here for Sliver here. We're going to say white just to keep our dude safe. You never know what this is going to generate. I considered playing the Conduit Pylon. Very cool card. So, I mean, what more do you want, right? Does a whole lot of stuff. We're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff. Consider playing 1 blue, like Island. Just it's more of an end game card when you've got 16 damage on the board and you just give everything flying and it's a good time. So looks like we're going to be able to get through here a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be kind of slimes against slivers. Good news is our guys get bigger. Let me remember what this does in your graveyard and everything. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. We'll be able to get through and use our benevolent blocker. Okay, well, this is a bit frustrating. I guess I'll go this. We'll cap this. I'll go get green here. Grab a forest. Really would have wanted to draw land there. So the big revelation I came to on this list is that I just don't want to miss a land drop for like the first 4 turns because it's just so important to get the power through, right? You just want to just be crushing stuff and not having a hiccup like we just did. Had I had another land, it would have been double Lord or, there's so many options. And so you run that fine line. I have 21 lands. Might seem like way too many, but I'm kind of digging it. All right, can we get through? We probably can. Now, had I called that correctly, I might have been able to do the thing, but we'll rock like this, attack with everything. I don't know if I even want to block that. Let's see, that's 11 damage that we're going to get through here. I'll keep it alive. We'll go green. Green. And there we are. Get another Lord through. I don't think they can get enough creatures out to do the thing. We'll see. Oh, let's bring up Tavern. There it is. Thank you. For top 5 cards of your library. Yeah, I prefer Winding Way for that as far as like if I'm stuck at 2. All right, big green hand here. Kind of hoping our opponent attacks. Boy, how much I wish that Thriving Heath was set to blue, right? It's like the perfect card, but I just didn't think we'd need it this soon. No more creatures. There's another one. Well, they're going to drop another Lord and we just win here. They can block 3, but we get in with the others, right? There we go. We'll play this, call blue, just in case something goes horribly sideways. We'll drop the Lord. Drop the Lord. You gotta drop the Lord. And there it is. Boom. Inevitability achieved. Unless they have a trick here. I don't see it. This is slime. Crunch. Have just the right amount of damage. And smack Diakuba. One of our favorite names to say on the show here. Boop. All right. Slime City. These aren't going to do any good, but boy, these sure are. We want to bring in all of these. We don't need any Vandals. Sliver's going to really shine here. Got to lose one more card. Bodyguard I really like in this matchup. Plated Sliver could probably go. Or the Sidewinder. Yeah, let's favor defense over that. Let me do that. Actually, let me do that. Probably not going to be losing too much stuff removal-wise. So could consider getting rid of these, but Slime reads just like the Serpentine creature does, where it's in exile too, if I'm not mistaken. So be careful doing that. We're going to bring that in and keep all of our white creatures going. Woo! All right, we have 2 lands. It's pretty good. I have every color mana and the consideration of Holdout Settlement. Everything we cast is a Bird of Paradise. It's kind of a dead card, but we've got a nice curve here. We're going to keep this. It's not the greatest hand, but when things get hairy, maybe we'll have Prismatic Strands show up, right? Probably want to accentuate the Lead the Stampede plan. Okay. Not sure if coming at them for 1's more important than doing the other thing. We've already got blue here. Let me lead off with the Sliver, actually. We're the aggro here, so I want to play like it. Play that Thriving Heath, hopefully, when it doesn't quite matter too much. Hidden Grotto showing up. They got all kinds of tricks. Look at this. Hidden Grotto. Surveil and do stuff. Wow. Alrighty. Mind Step Duel missed last week. Comic-Con. Very cool. Yeah. Hey, man, that doesn't come around all the time. Unlike us, every Saturday. Woo! Okay, mana's right. We don't have to worry about this for a while. So let's, I guess we're going to favor green early on here. So we attack. Oh, Spider Silk Armor. Is that still as expensive as it used to be? Remember that being crazy expensive. Alrighty. Off we go. Probably our first slime. We've got 2 in the yard. And I do believe this is that are own in exile and in your graveyard. Yeah, so it doesn't do any good to like wrath these away or wrath their graveyard. You know what I mean? My goodness, the dog sounds like it's right outside. Okay, we don't really have any commission there. That's going to give us 4, 2. I still think I want to get things right here. I'll play this out, call green, because we do have the Holdout Settlement, so if we hit the bird, we'll be all right. Let's do this for this, and then nothing. Wow, I remember when mine's Spider Silk Armor was up to like 16 tickets each. It's back when the first round of Elves about 8 or 9 years ago. That was a big one. So I got a 4/4, big old 5/5. Here we go. Lead the Stampede isn't going to throw anything in our yard, but this is going to go a long way, or is it? Not quite. Let me do this. Let me play this. We're going to lead here. Give me some creatures. And if Prismatic goes away, it's unfortunate. It will go on the bottom of the library, unlike Winding Way. I'm playing 3 lead and 4 Winding Way. Cool, cool. All right. We've got some options here. We'll put these in our hand. Done. Any order. And I wonder if I should probably lead off with... I think Bodyguard here. I can always recommission the Bodyguard and save face, you know. Depending on where he puts the damage, I can sack the Bodyguard and do some stuff. We're really looking for the Flying Sliver there, but we'll be all right. We might be losing this one if we don't find Prismatic Strands here pretty quickly. Make sure I got a land out. There we are. Kind of who's going to pull the trigger, right? If they've got another slime, then it's probably a pretty good idea for them to attack, but we'll see. Yeah, Gorilla Shamans, no joke. They just get quadratically better. That's awesome. Actually, stepwise better, not quadratically. Otherwise, it'd be 4, 16, 32, etc. Winding Way. There we go. There's a good card. Let's pull it off now. We'll call creature. Is there any shenanigans in the yard? There are not. I was kind of hoping Prismatic would show up there, but it did not. So we'll go green. I could leave this untapped and tap it for white via the creature, but I want all my blockers available, right? We'll go like this. Oh boy, if I come through flanking, that's a 5. I'd have to use my dude, so we'll wait till we got flanking next turn. We still have a pretty formidable board, so does our opponent, but I don't know. Who's going to pull the trigger first, right? There's the Town Greeter. We don't like that. It's another blocker. Be really cool the top deck our flying dude. We could just like tap the Bodyguard, cast the blue, and then just everything has flying and smack. But it'd be much better to have a Prismatic in the yard here, because this is getting out of hand really quickly. It's like in reverse order, you know. You want to attack with the 8-8 and leave these guys back to block. There goes that idea. Winding Way. Very good timing. I'm not going to tap this because I want it to be the Flying Sliver. Let's go. Reach up. Okay, we didn't find it, and there's no graveyard synergy yet. Damn it. Alrighty. Maybe save this for a sneak attack. Getting pretty dangerous here. Let's see. If I'm going to block with anything, I probably want to block with our white sliver. So let me do this to this here. Boop. And then we'll drop this here. Bam. We've got quite a bit of damage here. But we're dead to an alpha strike, so I'm gonna still wait here. No creatures in our graveyard, so Recommission's a little dead here. Sometimes when you search for land, you can go find your best lord out of the graveyard. Might even want to go to 2 Recommission. I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like a godsend. But so new rules about this 10,000 point thingy. I'm only gonna keep this on for 1 match, not the whole show. All right. I'm not quite sure. Oh, there goes our tech, right? Ah, boy, way too much respect. Way too much respect. Okay, we're just going to keep building up here. We'll go like this here. Bam. Boom. Wham. This is a lot of damage. So let's see. If I call 2, 3, 4. Should I attack or wait till next turn? I got 2 creatures. I can chump block, hit. I'm going to wait again. Well, let's see. They got 3, 6, 3, 6. Yeah, but these aren't there, so that's 3, 6. So only 2 would get through. It's only going to be 8 damage. Nope. Double flanking's nice. Very strange matchup. Campfire is 21 tickets. Oh my God. 11, 12 ooze. Do we got another one? He's second that for a 12, 13 ooze. All right. Stuff's about to hit the fan, folks. We've got a whole lot of things coming down. Yeah. That doesn't do us any good now, but I will play it just for the sake of it. Let's see. So here's how this works. We'll drop the Lord. Drop the Lord. Really doesn't do anything but just add a sliver count. We'll tap the thing that's sick, and then do this. All our stuff has flying. Yep. We'll attack without this. Let's see, 3, 4, 8, 10. They can block 3 of them. Yeah. Just see where we sit after the end of this, right? Probably should have given one of them pro green. I thought I counted this up though. Do we have enough? That's 16. Oh, that's plenty. Getting through 24. Yeah. And here's our little dude. Oh, come on. Let's go. I have to do this for each one? This is crazy. That's quite a stack. Yeah. So that's enough. I'll just let it go. Crunch. Yeah. Smack. www.com. Let's go. Create. Good games, Dayakuba. Prismatic Strand. Even though it's been reprinted, is that each Prismatic Dreamer's Tango, or is that the old one? I don't know why that would really match up. I'll tell you what. I'll wear this for 2 because that was a pretty fast matchup. If you'd like to see me look ridiculous and wear the hat or hair of your choice, you got to build up 10,000 Pauper points. Takes quite a few views and watching. And I guess they don't want to be humiliated live on TV, right? On MTGO, no, there's two. There is two. In fact, the new one has better art, but I'm just so used to the old one. Let's see what we're doing. What is going on? Double quitters? This is maddening. Okay. No quitters. Let's go. Create. Well, at least they didn't get one game in or ruin the day that way, right? Woo! Is Diakuba in the chat? That was just right on the edge of wailing us. Isn't it the first guy that quit, or is he sniping us and went to find something that beats slivers really easily? I think this is the first guy that quit. Almost sure of it. Well, we like this. We'll keep our lands right, so I think I'm just going to lead off with Metallic here, just because we can shock damage too. Sure. Let me bring out the Sliver straight away. Love having 3 or 4 lands in my opener. Just don't want to draw any much more after that. But man, if you can get to that 4th, maybe like the 6th land without missing a beat, that's good times. All right. We'll call the Lord here. Just nice, simple mana base. Love Rebecca's artwork. Oh, no, that's Richard Kane. I thought that was Rebecca. Always, it's almost like he was copying her style there. Or maybe she copied his. Who knows? So without further ado, we'll drop that Heath Calling Blue, drop another muscle behind it, and hope they both live. We'll see. It looks like some sort of... Okay, there's the Mage's Rod. Keep in mind with that Mage's Rod, you are not gaining life. It's just damage for us. So this Muscle Sliver is probably not going to be able to do much here. Cool, cool, cool. Drop this. We'll find out if they got a kill shot here. Bring this out. Call blue. I'm not sure if I really want to risk that dying, so I'm just going to come over like this, because they could bolt one of the lords and trade with the hero, and then we'd be lordless. That's what I thought was going to happen. Yep. So this way we save a lord. Good lord. Let's go. Oh, cool. All right. And next turn we'll have Flyer, Sliver, blah, blah, blah. I am positive it's online. Positive. I've seen it, and I think I own it. I'll have to check it out. Actually, this hat's nice and warm right now. I got the fan on. It's really overcast today. So my wife's in a big pickleball tournament right now, and I'm sad, nursing my torn ACL and my swollen fingers. So at least the injuries happened at the same time. Well, this is good. This is why we play this, see? We'll do this to this. Recommission our Lord and Savior. Smack. You like that? We're flying too, sucker. Woo! Might go up to 2 Winged Slivers. I'm not sure if that's a good call or not. It's kind of a grab bag Christmas morning sort of thing. When you look at slivers, it gets really ridiculous how many things you can play with. If you're wondering why one Muscle Sliver is stronger than the other, we just Schwartzified one with Recommission, which gives a +1/1 counter. Could get really creative and fun and play something like Unearth in this style, but leaning on your lands a little too heavily in an aggro list is usually a recipe for folly. Depending how big this gets, I'll consider blocking. These decks are kind of a glass cannon effect. All right, we can get rid of our landscape here. Another reason you don't want to play all your lands all the time. It's very good protocol that just, if you don't need it, keep it in your hand for things like Glaze Fiend. Woo! There's the rapier. That's quite a bit of damage, eh? Not sure if that's, do I just let that through? I'll block it next time. Here we are. We're at 11. Okay, we're going to keep that in our hand. Like I said, we'll get a big old defender out here. And attacko changeo. Like this. Really only have to block that. Okay, we can get in for 6. I'll keep this back. No need to play it Anything we top deck we can play. We don't want to give Refurbished Familiar any more room to breathe here. All right, there's that. Depending on which one's hitting harder, we'll have to do the deed. And we played Deluxe Red. It's a nice version of that, just all artifacts all the time. Let's write this down. Rakdos, Affinity Leaning. Not that we really have any. Probably bring in Lone Missionary. Strands. Make the note now. Yeehaw. Gonna bring back, oh, nope, just drawing a card. All right. Anybody's game, folks. Anybody's game. They got to be a little wary about the flying. They might just attack with the hero token. The Mage's Rod just costs a little too much to equip. Mid to late, it's great. Early on, it's great. Hey, why not play it, right? That's early, middle, and late. Woo! Okay, no flyers for us. We can still block this, though. That's not that big of a deal. We get him for 7 or lethal. Okay, we'll block here. We have to block or we're dead. Any Lord and we win. Lord. Yeah, not exactly what I wanted, but we'll play it. This is frustrating. A lot of cards would have won it there, but... Are we dead? Let's see. I think they can just job select mages, unless they just drew dead here. And they also have Blood Fountain. Equipping. Okay. Are we dead? There's a Spell Bomb. Booyah. Alright. Any more damage and we're dead. They're drawing a card. It's a nail biter, folks. Yay! But that's about as close as it gets. Woo! We don't have a lot of artifact hate. Affinity's not really much in the meta here, so we'll bring in this. Winged Sliver would be good on defense here. And I don't know if I'm going to be overboarding there. Let's bring in these. Two less Stampedes, actually. It's kind of or we're winning card if I draw it. Actually, you know, I'm going to cut all my Stampedes here. This deck's really, really fast. And I'll cut one Recommission. You know what? Let me just... They did have some things here. Let me get rid of this Sidewinders. There's not much blocking going on in this metagame. Bring this in just for some life gain. We've got our Prismatic Strands package here. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, let me put this Strands. We've got, and then if I say this quantity set to 0, display, yeah, so this is that one. See, there's 1, 2. I knew I wasn't crazy. No, we've got Bodyguard, we've got, this is a weird hand. I'm going to keep this. It's a little chancy. Got mostly white creatures and we got Strands in our hand. This kind of deck, as we just saw, dumps one turn to go for it. And so if we've got Strands, that'll feel pretty nice. We can keep our Lord protected and then just, as long as we draw a decent amount of non-plains lands after this, I think it'll be a good keep. We'll see. Not pleased with either art on Prismatic Strands, but sometimes you get so conditioned to the old stuff, right? This used to have the little graveyard symbol in it, and the ones in print to remind you that you can play it in your graveyard. That's how you know you're old school. All right. Well, we've got life gain early. Got a Bodyguard out. Begging the question, if you want to really zing it, the Gal Blast, or save it for the response. Okay, cool. Didn't want to see a Glaze Fiend there, because that would put it to us early and often there. Cool, cool, cool. All right. You know what? I'm going to call green on this just to get our mana right. We'll bring this down. And unlike white, in fact, we will attack with our Bodyguards. I don't know when they got rid of the Tombstone logo. I wish, yeah, it would be kind of cool for them to bring it back, right? Sliver's doing absolutely nothing here. We're just in damage control. Even though we're at 20 life, we're just trying to mitigate what might happen. Our opponent's almost hellbent here, so I've got to play a little more aggro here. Let's bring out, you know what? No, I'm going to bring out the white, right? Because we've got a preponderance of white, and I don't want to get clogged in white. We've only got one green spell, so we'll do this here, and we'll call blue just in case we do draw the flying lordy. We'll do that. Start attacking next turn with Muscle Sliver, kicked back by Billy Idol and his life-gaining rocking music. Woo! Had a really nice week. Last week, I think we played Blue Blitz, went 4-1. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fans of that list. Some people throwing Unstable Mutation in there. That list is getting so fine-tuned, though, I just don't know what you lose for it. It's one of those things, you know. And if the opponent's able to clog the board, which is unlikely. If there's ever an Unstable Mutation build, Blue Blitz is a good place for it because everything has super evasion, right? I know that's not a term, but if I had it my way, that would be a skill, right? Nothing in here but a candle, folks. New viewers to the show are probably like, what's he doing? Is that smelling salts? Nope. Otherwise, I would make a face. Yo, recommission. All right. We've got defense. We've got offense. We've got the neighbor's fence. Let's do this. Let's come on in for a sneak attack. See if he's going to buy it. Probably not. Oh, the bluff works. All right. Well, then I'll save my combat trick for a Billy Idol. There we go. So what I like here is I can attack with all these, and they might, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take your dude out, and then we recommission it and get 4 more life. So in a deck that's whittling us down, it's a nice little trick. It's nice to see Reckless Fire Weaver relevant. When it first came out, people were really struggling to build with it. Now with Pactol Terror, it's pretty sweet. Got on the scale about a little more less than a week ago, or less than a week ago. And I was like, whoa, all this sitting down and not playing pickleball, I'd gained a little bit of poundage. So I cut the booze and cut the carbs just to especially promote healing as far as my inflammation and things like that go. So more on that later. Nutritionist I was talking to is like, it's good to weigh yourself daily, but it's way better to weigh yourself once a week because that gives you a lot better perspective and turns off your inner, as Joe Rogan calls it, your inner bitch, that thing that just says like, oh, well, it's not working, or look, I was all disciplined and I gained a pound. Oh, F this, I'm going to go off or whatever. So it's a good way to keep yourself straight. All right, let's do this here with green. This, pow. Come on over for Business Town. Yep. Let's do all of these. Sure. Smacko Changeo. Oh, cool. All right. Bam. Now with double bodyguard, depending what happens here, I might just be able to alpha strike with the lords of terror. Did this cool eye exercise for vision that I found on YouTube. I've got so much downtime. I've been doing all these isometric exercises and cool stuff, but there was one that there's like these push-ups for your eyes videos you can do with rack focus and stuff. But one of them was with red light, and for Father's Day I did get a big red light thing for all my pickleball injuries. And close your eyes and you just set it on your face, and man, that was a trip because you just the Roy G. Biv in reverse situation happens with your vision and your cones, and so when you take it off after like 20 minutes, you like see everything looks a little blue or like a different hue. It's pretty magnificent. Here we go. The tokens are changing. Off we go. It's nice having 2 bodyguards because this is really mean. I mean, I could go for that, or I could bodyguard, and then recommission. That'd be pretty sweet. So let me do, we'll call this on red. Call red. Then I don't know, I'll just do this. Recommission. Bring this back. If he does anything with red, we still have the other bodyguard active. Kind of a waste of a move here, but whatever. We'll call, let's go black. Kind of a waste of a move here. I probably should have just alpha strike. This is really silly. This is just being arrogant. Black. Yeah, this is dumb. Let's do, I mean, I could call another one, but I'd rather keep this online. Maybe we can throw a prismatic in the yard with this move here. We'll say creature. No prismatic in the yard. All right. Attack. This is kind of dumb. They just still double block. Don't do that at home, kids. That's me being bored, talking too much. A waste of time, I say. There goes my hero. Yeah, that song. All right, that's enough of Jingle Bells. You got a game and a half out of it. Woo! Down goes a hero. Down goes that. They take 6. And we have bodyguard backup for any sort of technologies that they may have. We're really going to have to protect Lone Missionary? Is that how this is rocking? Boop. Big no on this. We got a buffed up bodyguard. Been hitting the gym. 2/2 body. Woo! That's kind of weird, huh? So if we do that, we're not getting in for the full damage. All right, I respect that. We'll call red on that. So we can get maximum carnage. Benevolent Bodybuilder, that's awesome. I love it. I think I got a trick here. I'm going to be pretty... Ooh, look at this. Okay, I don't believe that works the way this is going to happen, but we'll see. This is for red. Oh, never mind. Bam. Alrighty, there we go. Yep. If that was the Steadfast rule and Soul Link wasn't a card, I would remember that Mind Stab throw, but unfortunately, that stuff still goes down. All right, well, we've got a really nice reset hand here. They got to just stay alive. They got to just kind of plummet the board. Cool. That's a good option there. Are they holding control? We shall soon find out. Even a prismatic in the yard wouldn't really help us here. Healing up. Blop. Bye-bye, Lord. I got another... There's a land. Not what I want to see. Creature. Nope. Let's go... double Lord, maybe. We'll go... Predatory... We'll go double Lord. I'll go double Lord. Let's rock it. We got prismatic backup as long as we can untap. They do drop another shaman. They don't have enough to get through the double Lord package. Now they do. That's what I mean, Dreamer Stingo. It's that little confusion. Sometimes I'm like, wait, is it that one or? A good example of not playing that land. Highly doubt. I mean, I don't know their list. Maybe they're playing a Ceradon. Well, hello, friend. This makes things really nice and easy. We'll get rid of this. Say okay. Get rid of a bodyguard, I guess. I already have one in the yard. Oops, that's right. Forgot that does that. Shoot. Beep, 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 beep. All right, let's attack. I got a big creature. That's frustrating. They go to 1. Bam. Using a lot of resources here. Not too worried about that. Let's just bring this out. Draw a card. Cool. That way, if we top deck a land, we can just drop Missionary, go back up to 20, and have Strands back up, and it doesn't look too nefarious, or that's the wrong word, like subterfuge or obvious subterfuge. All right, WW. Woo! A lot of those going on. Let's rock. Creation. No quitters. That's right. Gonna get. Finger is stiff, especially when I play my mouse. I can't quite get it to close. I can if I slowly put pressure on it, and it's not very painful. But like I said, the X-ray was clear, so it's frustrating. I'd kill for a doctor that was confident. I don't know how else to say it. They're always like, well, it could be this, it could be that. Standard of care says, so I don't get sued, I have to make you go through these hoops that have nothing to do with your injury. It just drives me nuts. Keep. I want a wizard. Wave 1 and go, this is it. I'm sure of it. The bone fragment is there. All right. This is going to be gritty. Want to see a land, really. Let's go. Nope. Not what I want to see. I do have white. Technically, I should probably call blue on this. I will. Confuse the hell out of our opponent. I'll set this to green. Probably just drop a Sidewinder and keep moving. Might even consider blocking this. Can recommission it. Of course, obviously, we're going to want to recommission a Lord, given that we're going up against red and they're going to kill everything that moves. That's true, Dreamer Stingo. Yeah, here in the States, I know that it's just so litigious that there's so many doctors that they have an opinion, but they can't say it. Otherwise, you know, they're off the what do you call protection list of, like, I know it's called standard of care. It's just this really wonky sort of a. If I'm gonna live here, should I just drop a Lord and forget about it? Yeah, let me change the plans. I'm just going to drop the Lord. I'm going to do this. I can recommission it, have a 3/3. It'll eat 2 removal, otherwise I will trade. I'm going to try to recommission either way here. Drop the Heath. It's going to be a tough one. We might be off for our first loss here. Man is hiccuping a bit. Ooh, old school. Implement of Combustion. That was like 2 years ago, burn. Okay. There's 4 damage that doesn't come to our head. Problem is we still take 4. Here we go. They're at 1. Will we have an unbeatable Lord? Let's find out on today's exciting adventure of propaganda. Okay, we can do that. Go to white. Go to that. This is why I like Sidewinder Sliver. I guess we go here and here. I'm going to recommission the Lord so it demands a lightning bolt. Guess neither of these really matter. Let me bring out the Heath, call green. Mana's right, we just have to survive here. Zap. Oh, okay. There's that. Doesn't feel too good. They've got to draw pretty dead here. Problem is, if they do, they got double blood tokens to stop the dead from hurting. Well said, Mind Stab Throw. Each player sacrifices something. All right, well, I'll sacrifice this. Interesting choice. Maybe they lost to Tron recently, getting frustrated. All right. I ain't scared. It's an interesting attack strategy. We're going to be stuck not doing much. Okay. Well, the roadblocks have been set courtesy of Recommission. I'd like to see a basic here. Hey, thank you, deck. It's nice when you listen to me. Sidewinder. Yeah, we're going to play Sidewinder regardless. So let's play the landscape. Leave it up. Call white on this. Flanking. Got a big old body. We're going to chill out. Call green and hopefully be alive. Saw a really good show called Mobland with Hardy at the very last episode. Heard from a lot of people that it was really good, and I am liking it too. I think I lose the creature. Strange strategy. Maybe they got tired of being mana screwed and they put extra lands in there, and then this is their little backup plan. Here we are. Okay, let's do the thing. Go like this. And I can't do much of anything other than this and this and this. We'll bring out a flyer. Yeehaw. I'm still going to stay back. I'm going to crack this now. They have a raise, that's fine. Get our green online. Paying the price for this Heath and having flying creatures. Really wanted just a basic land here. Come on, basic land. How mean would be end the festivities here? You double attack and then you do the thing, right? I'll take a chance. Let's rock here. We're almost at single digits. We cannot afford this. Mountain shows up. Not a big deal. Lord's online. That sounds cool, right? All right. Well, not quite what we need here. Still play it, though. Get out of range pretty quickly here. Let me just come over for 3. I'm acting scared here. A lot of respect for red. Next turn I'll go crazy. Okay. The Goblin Tomb Raider is activated. Now we're at 9. Egbert's longtime opponent of mine. Hundreds of games probably if I was to guess. And at least a decade or more playing. All right, here we are. Let's see what our options are. We might even uncover something worthy of a Prismatic Strands. Of course, we don't really have that in our list right now, do we? 2, 3 creatures. Done. Any order. All right. Let's do... Well, they can't block, so let's bring out a Bodyguard. And a Flanker. We'll attack here. Sure. This way, if they've got a bolt for this to surprise block, well, we could always protect it, but be pretty precarious against this. All right. Comes down to this turn. I probably misplayed that. Feels like I should have just dropped the Lord and not done the funny business with lead. 3 creatures. That's right. W against RDW. Alrighty, we know what we're doing here. These all come in. These come in. We don't care about these. These, probably not even this. I'm not worried about flying over. Recommission's pretty nice. Got to get rid of 4 creatures. Lead the Stampede. I'm not going to be playing you. I just won't. If I'm playing that, I'm winning. I need a lot of blockers, a lot of stuff. We'll get rid of 1 recommission. Let's go. Creature. 3 chas. I like it. Woo. Boy, it's going to be a fast show if this keeps up. So we're going to drop green, drop white, Billy Idol, and hope for a good fight. And we draw some more lands. This is the kind of hand I'll cast this on turn 4 with 2 lands out and missing 1 land drops, and I'll find all creatures. But we're going to keep. Mana is technically right. This is a little risky keep. I'm assuming that they lost their raise package for more hate and such, seeing that it didn't really do too much of a thing here. Another reason to play 21 lands over maybe an 18 count or something. So we'll do this, not crack it for obvious reasons. We've already seen raise, crack the earth, etc. Either one's going to get us. They crack the earth here, I'll probably won't trip it, just so we have a higher percentage of drawing a land. By probably, I mean I won't. There we go. I'm going to stand by my words. Nothing. Pretty cool tech when you got implements there. Nice moves, nice moves. Bring out Sidewinder at the least. That way we can sacrifice it if he's got another trick for it. Oh boy, that's really tempting. Really tempting. But if he's got another thing, I really just want to have 2 permanents out. It at least eats removal. If this gets bolted, I'm really worried because it means he's probably got another crack the earth. Yeah. The only reason you do this is if you've got another raise or crack the earth effect. Hopefully it's not implement crack. That would be break my back. Delphi Guru. Hopefully we will get some new Pauper legal slivers in eternity. Yeah. I don't know if it really needs any. Unless they're 1-drops. The 2-drop spot is just so clogged, and it's one of those lists, you know, nobody wants to see it. You think you prepare for any metagame, you're like, oh yeah, I got this covered, and then you're like, oh crap. You see a first turn sliver, you're like, oh boy, you know, the clock is on, and the consistency is really on too. All right, they lose a blast. All right, they're really stuck with this game plan. I like it because we're at 20. We are running 21 lands, so feeling pretty good. They're only 1 up on us here. I'll go Heath, calling green. Heal here. They're all in on this land removal. We'll probably winding way for a land. Not hit any. Isn't that the way things go? Be nice to have some pressure out there first. What's this? New Devilry. Do they got it? Do they got it? Another thing I went back to doing is intermittent fasting. I did that for the longest time. Got away from it. Trying not to eat till about 10 or 11 in the morning. And then I stop eating at around 6 in the evening. Get my food window to about 8 hours. Does a lot of wonders for your health and promote a little bit of weight loss there. Don't need to lose much, but just getting a little out of hand there. All right, let's go. This is when you go all in with this land destruction ideal, which I'm all for. And your opponent just starts getting flooded, and you're like, what does it take? Thrumming Hive Pool. Yeah, I thought about the Thrumming Bird. Not too much on the proliferate move here. Come on, just give me a basic forest just to really rub egg in their face of the plan. Nope. All right. Well, we've got a creature. I will block. I just don't want to get nibbled. Sometimes these do up to like 5 damage. All right. They probably saw that coming. Or they have a crack the earth here. We're up against it. Hopefully we will get flooded. Good news about Prismatic Strands. Sometimes you are in this situation and you discard it and you drop a Sidewinder Sliver or the Plated Sliver and you save a whole lot of damage. It costs so many calories just to keep 1 land ahead of me. All right, 2 lands now. Here we go. Billy Idol showing up. Woo! We'll do that. Recommission it later. Not worth killing, not worth keeping around. Tough scenario. Bam. What are they revealing here? Let's see. Implement of Combustion. It's a really nice little combo with these Crack the Earth, and I really dig it. I've done similar things. I don't know why people aren't playing, what's that artifact that gives a creature flying that I love so much? It just comes into play and it auto attaches, but something like that, or Wings of Hubris even on Clark Kent Shaman. It's like, why don't you just keep him out? All right. Should I go green and just call lands? Is that the play? I think it is. Let's go green, call lands. Of course, we might have to discard some. Land, please. Okay, well, there's that. We've got Prismatic in the yard. That's good news. Bad news is, we lost a Plated Sliver in another winding way. It's not too bad of a trade-off here. I'm fine with that. All right, Lone Missionary is going to die if all is equal. Because we have Recommission in our hand, I'm not wary of dropping a naked Sliver out into the battlefield. Oh no, I'm not playing anything that costs 6. I don't care if it says I win the game. I am a mana purist. If it costs more than 3, I usually don't look at it. That's why I completely missed Pact Altera. was like, yeah, it's a really good card, but it costs 4. Never mind. Happy to admit when I'm wrong. Had a little asterisk next to that in my notes saying like, oh, I think I'll still try it, but I doubt others will. That was kind of my takeaway with that. Well, that's cool. We eat some quality removal there. This is when we like Bodyguard a lot. Where are you going to get the white mana, mister? Well, we're going to get it right here, sir. Let's do this, this, and this. Play in another missionary. This might get a concession. We've got Prismatic Strands in the yard. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Sometimes. No, I keep my eye open for that, for cost reductions. It's a really good call here. Crack the Earth showing up. Not going to do a whole lot of nothing. Because of Crack the Earth. Yeah, I got Prismatic. You know what? I'll use it. Because of Crack the Earth. We'll do it. Haha. What a wasteful strands. Red. Knowing that one of them's Crack the Earth, though, I want to keep my permanents out and not trade. Cool. We'll lose a Lone Missionary here. You almost want like a faithless looting style mechanic for like when these start becoming irrelevant. Just get rid of them. All slivers are shameless. What would the shameless mechanic be? Feel free to discuss in chat. Please do. That's what it's there for. All right, we've got another missionary. Good grief. Alrighty, what do we have in the yard here? We got a Plated Sliver. That's pretty awesome. Be a nice little roadblock if I redid that, right? I don't like this stage. We'll drop the first sliver of the game. Let's go. We've got Bodyguard here. I'll just take the Samurai token damage. This is going to be meant for red. But just get a land. And we have had them. We've just had to sacrifice 3 of them, so it's been frustrating. Do I chance it? They've got red. I do the thing. I'm going to block here. I chance it. I'll call white. They got red. They got it. I can recommission it. Ask for it again. Stultifying turns. Okay. It's still blocked. I was going to call blue and be really cute about it. Now Crack the Earth kind of sucks. Trying to keep my life total way up against this list. Land. No. That's not as good as it looks like, is it? Well, let's I could recommission here. I'm just going to Lone Missionary here. Offer trades all day. Do run all 4 for this very reason. I love the Lone Missionary. This is exactly why I love it. We gain 4. They have to deal with it, and it usually costs them a 3 or plus damage spell to get rid of a 1 thing. And then we reset and do it again. And then our good stuff lives. And if this is in the yard, then we have options. Another Samurai showing up. A Mountain showing up. Not doing our opponent any good, but he's prepared with the blood token. Why would you play that? I guess that's why you would play it. Okay, nice job. Shameless. Creatures are unaffected by shame. Okay, what a shame. Come on, chat. Let's figure out this shameless mechanic. Land, please. Good grief. This is getting ridiculous. All right, let's do this here. I'm not going to be blocking with it, so I might as well gain some life with it. Do that here and bring out another missionary. Stop me if you've had this one. He's like, wow. 16 life gained. Thank you, Billy Idol. That land does nothing. Keep it in your hand. It drives me nuts. We'll be prioritize blocking these so that Prismatic Strands is more effective later. Come on, land. Give me a land, give me a land. Land, 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 land. No, not a land. This to here. I will not be attacking with this, so I'll call white here. And do I recommission? I'm going to save the option here. I'm going to do this here. So our slivers are nice and big. And it's going to cost them to get rid of stuff. We're still at 22. We'll keep recommission as an option here. Be nice if we drew another land. It's a nice day for a white sorcery. One too many syllables. Nice day for a white sliver. That would work. Do, 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 do. What do we got here? Ah, they're double checking we don't have anything in here. Woo! All right. I'll bring them back. How good would Prismatic be? But our opponent's almost hellbent here. Okay. Taking 5 a turn. We do have recommission. I think I just want to bring back Billy Idol here. Reset that turn. Make him use another thing on it. Yeah, we could do that or that. Sliver creatures you control get. Let me do this. Billy Idol. Sure. And seriously, at this stage of the game, I might consider double blocks here. I mean, samurai this trade. We're not the aggro here. I just need to stop the bleeding. I'm doing it. Let's go. Well, maybe not that way. We'll block here. So Prismatic will be much more relevant. Crunch. What's this? Pitch in a land, maybe, I would imagine. Is this a land? Yep, it's a land. Sorry for the squished deck. Our opponent's got a 1-2. Starving for an artifact. Let's see what happens. Hey. We're at 19. Feeling all right. Let's do this and drop a Lord behind it. Sure, let's go. If a Predatory Sliver lives, it'll be a miracle. Well, if they had it right then, they would have done it. Maybe not because of flanking. We'll see. Sorcery is nice. Yeah, get that syllable out of there, right? Okay, our Lord's probably dead. Bushwhacker. Normally we'd be worried about that. What's most unexpected, says Sun Tzu. The art of war. Maybe to double block. I'll just one block here. We're at 15. Feeling good. Not great. Boy, have we fortitude. Get that there. Still going to hold on Prismatic here. Cool. Just going to come over for 2. Offer up, double drop, chop, chop, boom. Hey, that's a good point, Dreamer Stingo. It's turn 15 against Mono Red. How you like that? Lone Missionary with the boombox. Woo! All right. Well, my bladder calls. We haven't lost a single game. We're www. Sounds like a really long website. One of my favorite shows, and the inspiration for the Propaganda theme song was Comedy Bang Bang. Used to be on IFC out here in the States, and it's been long off the air. But Scott Aukerman and crew, Reggie Watts, was that his name? Anyway, they had some of the funniest skits, and I roll to them about every 6 months or so. So here's one of my favorites. It's the most ridiculous kind of humor, which is why I love it. I hope you like it. I'll be back with an empty bladder and more coffee right after this.
I'm headed across the country on a search for America's best burger. and my wife's murderer. No burger is too big, and no clue too small. On America's Most Killer Burgers and Ackerman's Most Wanted Killer. If you're in Pittsburgh and looking for a that's not the pits, then look no further than Terry's Tavern. All right, Terry, I have heard of fries next to a burger, but fries on top of a burger, that's crazy.
Well, you know what? We like to get the fries right in the mix. It gives the burger that killer crunch.
Yeah. Speaking of killers, I have a little question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know who killed my wife?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Have you ever seen this woman before?
No.
As long as you're being honest with me, then maybe you could tell me if this burger makes the fries soggy. Because I bet it does, doesn't it?
A little bit, but
Yeah?
sorry about your wife, man. That's horrible.
Terry convinced me that he might know burgers, but he doesn't know who murdered my wife. Our next stop is Chicago's famous Hamburger Hut. So, Louise, I don't think I want to know the answer to this, but why is this one called the Fiendish Demon?
Well, she is topped with chopped jalapenos, a spicy pepper jack cheese, and a habanero relish.
You know what I would relish is finding the identity of my wife's killer.
Wait, so your wife has been murdered, and you're just driving around trying hamburgers?
Yeah, the whole burger thing is paying for me to go around the country looking for my wife's murderer, okay?
Well, my brother's a private detective. He can actually help you. We can call him. Okay, I'll take you. All right.
Spicy! The search for my wife's murderer was going nowhere. But my appetite was going somewhere. The original Timmy's in Hollywood.
Here you go, Scotty.
Oh, Timmy, I cannot wait to get a bite of this. This might be the best cheeseburger I've ever tasted.
It's like I always say, all you need to make a great burger is some cheddar cheese, some toasted buns, and some grade A ground beef.
Classic. Oh my God, I love it. I almost forgot. Have you ever seen this woman?
No.
Figured. Timmy, I have a surprise for you. I'm naming this cheeseburger America's Most Killer Burger.
Oh my God, thank you, Scott. I got most killer burger. 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 Mavis. It's too late, Scott. You're too late. Mavis would be glad to know that she was the best you've ever had. Oh, stop it.
What's in the burger? What's in the burger?
That burger was made of your pretty wife.
Oh, God! No! Oh, God! Man, I wish we had picked a prize other than a presidential pardon and a picture of me with the winner where I had to smile. Still, you gotta hand it to Timmy. He serves up old school burgers with a whole new twist.
I've always loved that skit, just the dark humor, and then the prize being a presidential pardon, and then he's forced to smile in the picture at the end of it. Oh, God, I love that guy's humor. Anyway, we're back. We're undefeated. Let's hope it stays that way. With Slivers, it's a deck that really likes me, but I just don't play it all that often. Don't know why. It kind of sits my mood, you know, boost, a little bit of evasion. Not too much evasion. We've got Winged Sliver here, but other than that, some nice resets in green. Pretty new to the last few years. Whoa, Winding Way got reprinted in the Cowboy set. I didn't even see that little symbol there. All right, let's say yes to this. We've got okay land. Let's hope we hit like 2 more lands in a row. We'll keep, which is a common theme with this. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a... when you work in the TV industry, well, our land's rights, let me go blue here. When you work in the TV industry, Comedy Bang Bang was just like therapy. It was, just loved it. Just hard to explain. There's just so many little tropes and things that you just get so, oh God, I just said no quitters. What happened? Wins the match. I guess they can't read. All right. Let's say people that are literate and no quitters. Maybe that will be the next one. Obviously, we won't count that, or this would be a faster show than playing Burn. Woo! So anyway, we'll go wee bits over the deck list here if we can. I forgot I got rid of this. So we've got a pretty good draw package and 3 Stampedes, 4 Winding Ways. I might even go cut one of these, maybe even go 2 Winged Slivers, or, you know, Commission or a Bodyguard. My son wasn't a fan of these. I just found them to be a little, you know, nice to keep your dudes alive. We've got a little backup plan here, or the Alpha Strike if it's a monocolored list. This Bladeback Sliver is pretty awesome. You got to be hellbent, but you just tap all your dudes, do 1 damage against like fogs and stuff like that. Might need extra graveyard wiping. I'd always keep the Faerie Macabre, but maybe go like a Nihil Spellbomb or something, and there are ways to do it. All right, we've got a decent hand. I think I'm just going to call green and just pass turn, unless if I do draw a basic, then I'll consider attacking with the slivers here. We'll keep. Yeah. Our 10th anniversary is coming up in November. Urza. Okay, we might need a blade block here. Not sure. So many ways to build Tron here. Okay, we've got that set up. This is Tron. I've only got 1 Lord after that, but that's 2. I'm just going to get our mana right. I might live to regret this, but I'm just going to do it now. We'll call green. All right. I was like, what has he got? Mirror Shell Crab? What's going on? They're getting a forest. We're getting a forest. Everybody's getting a forest. Hey, Grogberg. Makes me glad I couldn't play today. That's what all our opponents are saying so far. We haven't lost a single game. Had a few quitters, though. Looking throughout history of propaganda, I've run really hot with this list. I'm like, not this list, but just slivers in general. But this one hasn't lost. And then we've, I think when we used to play leagues, this was one of the last ones I 5-0'd with before we stopped playing leagues live because of all the snipes and such and downtime. But yeah, the last 2 times I played this, we went 5-0. We're on our way there now. Mine's a little bit more lean and mean, I'd like to say. Okay, let's just build out the sliver we like least first. Actually, this is Bant main deck. Bant Slivers. We've got the 1 flyer in our list, and it's technically all colors if you count Macabre in the sideboard, because we are playing the Bladeback, I think it's called, the one where you tap your slivers against decks like this to stay away from fog locks. Love Metallic Sliver. I like it over the Poison Dude. So flexible, so consistent, and a nice option when you have to kill a sliver. You can get a little too cutesy sometimes with your shapeshifters and such. Sometimes they'll just be out there and they kill your lords and you're just left with a bunch of 1/1 dorks. Prostate Pirate in the house. Good to have you with us, my friend. Woo! All right, they're going to be gaining a lot of life, so let's see if we can stop that. Recommission's probably going to go. There's not many ways for them to remove stuff here. All righty, let's maximize the filth. We'll bring out... We've got extra of that, so I want to get the green out as I can because we're only got 1 forest, so this way I can lean on this a little bit here. Pay 1 mana for a 3/3, not a bad deal. So it says Ardent Recruit, right? Little stipulations in the creature clause there. Woo! This doesn't even need artifacts, even though it is one. I've always liked that artwork. It's so stark. It's like a prototype. Not a fan of scribbling your name on your art, though. I wish that wasn't a thing in human cultures. I mean, imagine... I'm sure Da Vinci signed some of his stuff. Actually, I've read so many books on him, I don't remember his signature being on anything. He had such a signature style. That was his signature, but it's almost like graffiti to me. What's going on, opponent? I said no quitters. They're using the bathroom. We'll give them to the 21 count. I'm not a big fan of playing against Tron in general, especially when I'm streaming. Kind of, it's always fate, right? We're having a really fast stream, win, and here comes Tron just to throw gum in the works. Not common, of course. No, I have not. Can you explain it, Grogberg? Opponent's got 49 seconds, and we're out of here. Not putting up with this. Feels like I'm in a league, waiting for our opponent to show up. Yeah, pretty good call on Suplex in our group chat or our posts on YouTube. Put it up there against, like, you know, oh, what's that spell called? Oh, there he is. All right, cool. Have we played a land? Of course, that's why we did that. A braid. And there were some really good comments made, and I agreed with most all of them. And yeah, that was kind of the consensus, was that, yeah, it's a new card, and it's probably not going to see much love. So if our opponent does pretty much anything, we're just going to smash. This is like Lord Smash, because we can run right into one of those huge 4/6 golem dudes that they have with gain a lot of life, because then we can just recommission it again and do it again. The Boulder Catch or whatever it's called. I think that's what he's casting here. Yep, there it is. Boom. Gain 6 life. Sick. Going to be able to trade with it, though, so that's going to be good times. A braid. That's the one. Yep. I mentioned it. I'm good for it. I discovered you. I told you what to expect. Anybody know that band? Be very impressed. The reason we could get really reckless with Recommission, we just have another Lord in our hand, if you think about it. Even better than a Lord comes out. Come on, opponent. They're making ice cream while playing. What's going on? Let's go. I'm going to give him to the 20. This is just rude. Actually, I'm going to give him the 20, meaning 20 seconds. This guy's like double queuing or something, and I'm not going to bore you guys to death. This feels like a pretty auto win list here. All right, and it's the 4th victory of the day. We're just getting rid of this guy. Calling it. Gonna play that slow? Screw it. Let's go. Constructed. Let's go. No quitters and no slow players. Not gonna take 30 seconds between decisions here. All right. One of the fastest streams ever. Bop, bop, bop. Looks like we got an opponent because my single isn't up there. Here we go. Last round. Slivers abound. Love this hand. Love it, love it, love it. Keep. Got 2 basics. Got all kinds of stuff to do. Oh, I love Aether Vial. I love it in Infect and Modern. I've got a list that everybody says won't work, and I keep beating people with it when I pull it out. Set it to 1 and done. Ha ha. Get that curve right. Hit you with my sliver might. Woo. All right. Here we go. They've seen a force, so we've got secrets. Yeah, Ripple's a pretty cool mechanic. Duress main. Not many cards they can catch with this. All right. Let's get our stuff right. We'll bring out our Sinew. Hit for 2. One of them's probably going to be dead. I'll save that Heath for blue, depending. Might be the most relevant time to crack it. Argument could be made, obviously, with landscape, reducing your probability of drawing a land later, but I'd rather just kind of get things right. Golgari represents ground. Not many things on the air, so if I top deck our little blue flyer sliver, I might want to go that route. Change of plans, as always. That's the way things rock here. Let's do Lord and Benevolent Bodyguard, just so we have backup plans here. Next turn I'll do stuff, I promise. I know I'm bored. You look at the Metallic Sliver and you're like, oh, if that was poisonous, it'd be doing, and it's like, won't be doing all that much. And the flexibility this offers you, especially when playing things like Holdout Settlements, allowing you to keep hands you normally wouldn't. It's very rare, but it does come up. Artifact damage does come up with Prismatic Strands and stuff, so there are things to be considered. I'll get rid of Bodyguard here. I'm just going with tempo here. Got 9 damage. Drop a Lord. This is going to be over real quick. Lord. Good lordy. No Lord. Drop this. Call blue. Deck for 9. Out of range of Arms of Hadar and such. How can it be very rare when you're playing with commons? Well said. What do we have here? So this is Golgari. I guess there's some artifacts here, yeah. The Oaf. It's just a blocker at this stage, right? All right. W. Wow, this is going to be a fast show. Whoop. Might be under 90 minutes if this keeps up. Vandal's pretty good. I think I'll lose a Stampede. I think that's all I'm going to do. Stuff's going to die. Not too worried about life here. Let's do a Superstitious Shuffle. Put a forest between 2 Stampedes. That never loses. So moving forward, I might even be able to go down to 2 Stampedes and maybe even 2 commissions if you want to open up 2 spots. I don't know. It's so nice to have that refillability in the handscape there. Handscape? What am I talking about? Okay, so we can landscape for white, Plated Sliver, tap it for another white. We've already got the mana for this. Stampede can refresh. I just don't like this hand. I'm gonna ship this back. We have 2 lands, but this is just like too late game. We're gonna mulligan this. Should have taken out recommissions here. I like this a lot more. We'll keep. Get rid of 1 holdout. Done. Really like to see a 1-drop here. All right, Lords are showing up. Let's drop this. Go. Let's see if they have their duress would actually be decent here. Each player's hand is unblockable. Yikes. Uh-oh. I hope I'm not in for a exhume trick here because we don't really have any answers for that. Be nice if there was a creature in our graveyard. Do they got it? Is it an exhume? Because we don't have any ability to do stuff like that. Ooh, this kind of hurts. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of Sliver here, and I'll eat it with Vandal and chomp that. Yeah, let's do that. This way, if they have any shenanigans, we get rid of them immediately. It's tough because I kind of want to recommission that, but I'd much rather just get rid of this. This. Okay, especially with black, you don't want that thing coming back. Yeah, let's do it. A little avant-garde play there, but whatever. If they do it again, I'll probably ditch a Lord for a recommission here. Good. No, I was really afraid of a exhume trigger there, but I think we're doing all right. Let's keep things green, shall we? Do this. Come over for 2. Yeah, these Vandals, they're pretty awesome for what we just saw, but God, they're hard to kill. Like 1 Lord out there, and you got to, what's that called? It's not the standard bearer. What's the big one? The Coalition Honor Guard. There we go. Words are coming to me really quickly today. My old motor mouth is back, and all new adventures in front of the mic and off. Woo! Koyaken. Sounds like some martial arts style. Koyaken. Dojaru. We don't need this for the thing. We don't have this for the thing, so we might as well play it. We already got... We'll just call it, just in case I discard this to, you know what. We'll bring this down here. Attack. What can beat the might of Slivers? So far, nothing. Gonna hold this in our hand. There's no reason to play it. Anything we play is gonna cost 3 or less. Now, in the rare chance we get Lead the Stampede, we can do this for the occasional Lord. But that's about the only scenario. Look at that. Interesting choice. By that I mean probably the wrong one. can just recommission it back. We can't really do the thing though. Oh, look at this. Nice. Exiled. It's almost like they know what's in our hand. All right. This is getting grim quick. Yeah, don't like that. Got white, white, green, green. I want to get some pressure going here. We're going to recommission this. Wonky play. Sure. We can't do anything about it. We'll play the settlement because it looks cool. Keep that forest for the familiars and keep going. Haven't seen Ashes to Ashes in a long time. Like a life hedge your bets. Trying to keep the pressure up. We drop a Lord we can hit for 3. Probably not going to happen. This is where we get flooded. That does nothing. But we can run right into it. Land return doesn't do anything. This is really when we want to see Lead the Stampede, which I think I was a jackass. And is that one of the cards we trimmed down? I got rid of, so we have 2. Note to self, no, we've seen some removal. We'll rock like this. All right, let's attack. We've seen Duress. We've seen the Flying Couch and Refurbished Familiar, so I'm just going to keep these cards in our hand. Because who on earth keeps 2 lands in their hand, right? Who would do that? Seems like this is slipping away from us. Got them at 7, but it's not like we're playing red, so we might be off to our first loss here if they drop something like a Fangren Marauder or something like that, which is very common in this style. Gain 5 life. Every time an artifact goes bye-bye, there's an artifact. Our graveyard is wiped clean. Ashes to Ashes, making things go outside of the graveyard. A lot of people don't know about this card. Exile 2 non-artifact creatures. It does 5 damage to you. Holy cow. We're glad that this Mage's Rod does not gain life. I think it's implied that it does because so many other creatures do that. But hey, remember why we kept our lands in our hand for this scenario? 5 mana is plenty. They probably do, Dreamer Stango. All right, things are evening out here for sure. I'm attacking. If they want to trade double creatures for this, that's cool. They got like a toxin analysis trick here, maybe. Let's go. 2 cards. No way. Is this toxin? Probably. Oh, they're gonna wipe it. There we go. All right. Insight. A lot of resetting going on. We haven't written down a single L this day. A lot of WWs. This ain't no World Wrestling deck. Let's go. Some of the first damage we've taken today. Don't get too cocky or arrogant with this list. There's lots of ways to beat it. It can stumble on itself. But what I've done is try to design it to where it does that less and less and less with this super consistent mana count all the way to playing, you know, the Artifact 1 Sliver for just maximum flexibility. There's a lot sexier options in Slivers, but that's going to be your most consistent. I've always stood by it. It gave me an extra gear of motivation when my son, who I consider a lot smarter than me when it comes to Magic overall, really liked that choice too. So I play a couple of repopulates in my Sliver. Yeah, I think I'd rather just go with a campfire there. Good against red and do the thing. Khazad-dûm showing up. Pulse of Marasa. Resetting the life total. I think we might be off to our first loss unless they just draw really terribly. We just need like Lead the Stampede, Lord. Good thing about Slivers is wipes other than Crypt Rats are extremely thrifty or anti-thrifty. Clarkan Shaman, aforementioned Toxin Analysis. Other than that, it's pretty hard to deal with. Things like Cannonade, Breath Weapon, Dregs in Sorrow, Arms of Hadar, all the Slivers just laugh at that. They're like, I woke up feeling a little groggy this morning, as did all my friends, but we'll be back next turn. Pestilence. Yep, I missed one. Pestilence. There it is. like my left leg has had pestilence, 2 hamstring injuries, and now an ACL. It's like, good grief. All right, well, let's see what we're going to draw. Sliver, Winding Way, that would have been nice. To a bunch more slivers. Probably match, yep. Right at 90 minutes, we did it. 5-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Little lackluster ending there as far as I think our opponent was giving us a bit too much credit, but as I drew out, you could see that we probably were going to get there. Really liking this extra land. I went from 20 to 21. I think we lost 1 bodyguard. Liking this, again, where we can go with this list, we could probably shave one of these off. Maybe one of these if you want room to build 2 more creatures into this. I just don't know what they would be. I would think maybe 1 more sliver, or you could... See, the reason I'm going with these holdout settlements and the Thriving Heath plan is we've got 7 answers to get to this, and I don't like the Gemhide Sliver. Look at our 2-drop spot. It's filled. It's definitely the worst sliver of the list, and I think we just get around it naturally, organically, and without losing any tempo by playing these lands. Plus, Winding Way can help get you there if you need those lands. So, yeah, damn quick stream tonight, baby. Woo! It's been a while since we 5-0'd. We've had a couple of 4-1s and such, but and then before that we were running a little late, so it's about time we put the smack down. I'm going to be online a lot this weekend, and the next weekend, and the next weekend, just because of my injury-prone status in pickleball. If you're unaware, I've jacked up my hand. I'm going to get that checked out in a few days if it's not healing better, because it's just swollen every morning, and I had an x-ray. It's not broken. That's about the only good news, but I am able, there's very little pain, but it is hard to make a fist, and it's getting better little by little, but too little. It's a problem with growing old, and I have a torn ACL. So I'm off the court online quite a bit. Anyway, y'all, thanks for joining me. Slivers continues its ways. I think if you go back in time and watch all of our old Slivers episodes, you're going to have to go back like 6 years to find a loss. I don't know, maybe I should just take this to a league. It plays pretty hot when I'm behind it. I don't know if, I'm sure it's an anomaly, but it does seem to keep 5-0ing when we played on the stream. And like I said, about 3 times ago was a league, and we did 5-0 that one too. So anyway, y'all, hope you like the list. Feel free to change it, but don't think I arrived at these decisions lightly. Everything, all of this has been fought over greatly, and just hope you like it. Anyway, we're going to go out with Arkham's Astrolabe Warehouse. So back a few years ago, everybody was playing Arkham's Astrolabe. So for you new players out there, look it up. It was in every list. Everybody was playing Snowlands, so much so that I made a fake commercial for Astrolabes that now seems irrelevant, and I'm mad because I spent so long making this commercial. Hope you like it. See you next week, everybody. Adios.
Arkham's Discount Astrolabe Warehouse, your one-stop shop for astrolabes. From Arkham to Ethereum, our astrolabes come in all shapes and sizes, perfect for any occasion. Use them to navigate, calibrate, estimate, or melt them down and masticate. Arkham's Discount Astrolabe Warehouse. Come see our amazing selection of astrolabes. Buy 4 and get the next 4 free. Now with over 10 locations in New Archive. Arkham's Discount Astrolabe Warehouse. And remember, if the name Arkham's not on it, you better pawn it.